Hi, a bit more on US immigration. The focus now will be on the situation today. This presentation is very brief, but it is sufficient. It is enough for you to say a few things about US immigration today. So what you should know beforehand is, the terminology we use. So immigration, as I have already said, means coming into a country, and emigration is all about leaving a country. Now, we also use the term migration, and that means you travel, just the movement, to travel in to a country and out of country. So it's kind of a general expression of that activity or those activities in and out. Now, another term that you might use when you study immigration is the term INS, and that means the Immigration and Naturalization Service, and this is the government service that administers immigration policy in the USA. And just to explain, naturalization is the process by which a person becomes a citizen. Altså det er prosessen, naturalization, det er prosessen der en person blir en statsborger. And a bit more on terminology. Illegal immigrants, altså ordet illegal, det er jo da ulovlig, og illegal immigrants, those are persons who enter the country in violation of immigration laws. You have quite a few illegal immigrants in the USA. Now, green card, you might have heard about the green card, and the green card is a document authorizing a person to work and study in the USA. Also, legalization is a term that you can use in certain contexts, and here it is meant the government process in which an illegal immigrant becomes a legal resident. Altså legalisering, det kan også handle om den der prosessen der en ulovlig, illegal immigrant blir da en lovlig innbygger. Now, very briefly about US immigration history. Now, late 1800s and early 1900s, most of the immigrants, they were from Northern and Eastern Europe. These were countries such as Norway, Sweden, Germany, Ireland, Poland, and Russia. If you move on to the 1930s and 1940s, most of the immigrants were from Southern Europe. For instance, Italy, Greek, and Turkey. In the 1940s, many of the immigrants coming to the US were Holocaust victims. If you move on a couple of decades to the 1960s, 1970s, most of the immigrants coming back then to the USA were Vietnam War refugees. And from 1980s and until today, and still, most of the immigrants coming to the USA are from Mexico, Central America, and Somalia. So let us sum up the reasons for immigration today. Well, the reasons are usually the same today as from the 1800s or earlier. The USA is still looked at as the land of opportunity. The country represents freedom in many respects. Social equality is part of what the USA is for many immigrants. Of course, this point is definitely something one can discuss. Famine in your own country. To escape war in your own country. Now, as I said earlier, illegal immigration to the USA is primarily from the countries of Mexico, Haiti, Cuba, China, Somalia. And this immigration started in 1960s. Some of the illegal immigration happens along borders, especially the southern border. You get illegal immigrants coming through cargo from China and Central America. People cross the border at night. Some of these people, they hire a coyote and a coyote, in this sense, is a professional human smuggler. So, why? Of course, as I said, the reasons have been the same forever, really. People immigrate, in hope for a better life. Housing, food, job opportunities, and to reunite with family. And what are the solutions to the problems of illegal immigration today? Well, that is a huge and difficult question to answer. But what has been done so far is to build a border fence. The southern border fence in the USA, it cost $6 billion. Now, what Obama had, this fence, by the way, was built by the Bush administration. Now, Barack Obama, on the other hand, he has an outline of a plan to legalize illegal immigrants and to create a flow of low-skilled foreign workers for the future. He is still working on this. Now, and you know, the obvious question then, when you compare these two, the Bush administration and Obama's outline, now, should the US stress workplace enforcement of immigration laws instead of constructing barricades along the Mexican border? Pro or con? Altså, skal USA kjøre på det at man ønsker å inkludere immigrantene i arbeidsmarkedet? Eller skal man rett og slett bare bygge murer for å stenge folk ute? Hva synes du? For eller imot? And finally, here's a picture of the Great Wall of Mexico. This is how it looks like now, the southern border.